presents Play to Earn Community.
Join the Discord to learn more.
Welcome to the Hardforking channel, your home of crypto culture since 2017. This show is all about play to earn. If you're an existing member of our community, welcome back. If you're just finding us for the first time, I'm sure you can like what you see here. Welcome, Mathematics and Mr. Gonzo. How are you both?
What's up, what's up?
Very good, how you doing?
First up, Nine Chronicles. We brought this game to you about 6 months ago. Season 0 is ending at block 2,575,000, which is any time now. So look, those of you that are playing, I'm sure you love this game as much as I do. Then again, it is kind of a love it or hate it game is the way I'm seeing it. What are your impressions, guys, of Season 0?
I just did my last battles there, got my last 5 in. The game is fine. It's running it. It just, every time there was an update, it just always took so long to try and get going again. And I ended up missing a bunch of time, but that's fine. Season 0. So, yeah, I like it. The new update that they just had, where you can Boost. Yeah, boost. You can boost your item searching, which is great. Do 10 levels at the same time when you only need like 10 of one item. That's only on like one level out of 30.
Well, listen, I've been doing a lot of analysis on this game. As you know, it's Season 0. If you haven't checked this game out, I strongly encourage you to do so. For me, it kind of feels like being involved in Axie a couple of years ago. We like the team behind this. We're going to have them back on the channel very shortly. This has been a test season. There is issues. There's a custom-built blockchain. They've really taken on a lot here. But, you know, they're looking for a fully decentralized game, pretty unique in the gaming space.
Hey, Sean, I got an idea. They have a new feature where they reward NCG for retweets, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't we offer a community bounty on one of our tweets to get the most retweets?
This is true. We have, on that note, details of that prize below, so absolutely. We've already given away tens of thousands of dollars worth of the Nine Chronicles token. We're building out a scholarship program at the moment. There's obviously some difficulties around that because being a new game, we're trying to figure out the metrics of that. What I will tell you is you can begin this game and play to earn, and the numbers I've run and looking at what other people's analysis has been, it looks like you can make about 259 Chronicles over the course of a month without any financial investment. So that's probably quite comparable to Axie in some ways. Difference here is you then get into that realm of should you invest it back into the game to create better items, therefore being able to generate better items, which is obviously what I'm doing at the moment. So it is quite strategic. We're crunching the numbers at the moment. But look, I do want to hear from, say, 5 people at this point that I'm going to run through a bit of a test program while we're trying to figure out the actual metrics of the scholarships. So get in touch with our community lead. His name's Boy Jim. His link is below. We've got a number of play-to-earn opportunities, numerous opportunities actually, but one of them, our first one ever, Axie Infinity. Over to our expert, Mr. Gonzo.
Big news in Axie land. Last week, there was the MMR update, right? And actually just, 15 minutes ago, half an hour ago, they released 1.1. So that's a new release, right? So everybody has to update their Axie game, get the new latest download. And in that one, they've enabled the team, or where you can battle your buddies. So that's active again, which is great because that's going to help a lot with our coaching and building the houses and having internal competitions, throwing tournaments, all this kind of stuff that we weren't able to do before because the tournaments were only run on dedicated servers and you had to be in the know, and we weren't in the know, so we couldn't do that. But now we can get our tournaments going again and have much better coaching abilities when you can fight each other. So that's going to be great. And so Jeho, in the announcement here, he described a little bit of what's happening with the 800 MMR update. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, we can't do this, you know. But here, for me, this is the essentialness here. To be clear, our ultimate goal is to reward mastery of the game and everybody's honest attempts to become a great player. And this is true, you know, like there is earned potential here, but if you play the game, you invest the time and you become an expert at it, you will get rewarded. You know, we're seeing a lot of people that, you know, the SLP is down and they only do just the bare minimum, right? And they're not progressing and they're not learning. So they're kind of stagnating and then they're getting driven down the MMR, and we're finding some people are giving up. We've got a couple openings, which is okay because there's always going to be turnover. But, you know, we're building up, expanding. We've got the houses so organized. Everybody's helping each other out a lot better now because there's smaller groups to worry about instead of bigger groups. And then so that's going great. They had this cool contest here. I want to show these awesome little Axie cartoons. They're so good. So there's a couple here for this Arctic Loop contest, right? So a bunch of the players who are obviously animators did some great stuff. I like this one. It's totally like straight out of a Miyazaki film. So good. I've worked at a lot of studios that couldn't produce this quality of animation. So it's good to see that there's so much talent in the community. And these people are just doing this for a reward, not as a paid job. This is great. Breeding, pour in the SLPs, all the AXS are staked. This is so good.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing community there, huh?
Oh, Jesus. It's insane what's going on. And then this one here, it's a takeoff on a land play. You can see the two dusks getting it on in the bushes over here.
Breeding.
Mr. Gonzo, can you just remind people that want to become a scholar or managers that maybe want to come in under our umbrella what they should do?
Well, they will sign up on our brand spanking new website is what they're going to do.
I think we're going to make that live in the next couple of days. It's still, a lot of it's still under construction, but the Axie page is certainly ready to go. Get into Discord and contact the community managers.
Yeah. Usually we're doing giveaways, right? On the Twitch streams. We have a couple teams available, actually, because now we've scaled up. We're onboarding 14 people from our waiting list, and then we've also got room for probably another 10, 12, kind of in the immediate next week or two. So another level of scaling up. So we're growing, still growing, still growing. We're always tweaking something that every time we get close to be like, okay, it's set. Then, whoa, there's a little bit of a curveball and we got to change stuff around. But if you're interested in becoming a manager, and you want to contribute to the scholarship, join the guild, you can contact me or Sean or Pusa on Discord. Or if you're interested in becoming a scholar, just stay active in the community. We'll notice you and make sure you show up in all the socials and in the Discord.
As we mentioned, more details are coming up on the website if you want to come in and manage teams or have us manage your teams. Those details will be up in the next week or so. Mathematics, what have you been up to in Play to Earn land?
Well, for the Hardforking team, I've been chatting with some of our potential streamers that will be possibly taking the reins as official Hardforking streamers, and we've got some interesting prospects. For those of you who know who you are, I'm still waiting for some of those videos, but we also have a couple of promising demo videos from some of these talented potential Hardforking streamers. So it looks like we're gonna have some cool streamers coming up. But that being said, now and then I watch gamers in and outside of the Play to Earn space, just gamers that do like Twitch streaming because they're kind of entertaining to watch when I'm having lunch. One of the more popular games is a game called Dead by Daylight, and it's pretty interesting. It's like a multiplayer game where one person is the horror character killer, like Jason Voorhees or Freddy, and then the other characters, their obligation is to run away and not get killed, where his obligation is to kill as many people as possible. And it's a simple game, multiplayer game, but just recently they had a new introduction to their latest season where Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies is going to be introduced as this NFT character, and people who paid for this latest chapter of the game, they have an opportunity to purchase this Hellraiser NFT, and the NFTs will have a chance to grant access to the Hellraiser chapter of the game. The most highlighted and retweeted comment on this by their fans was, "What the hell? Are we going to get refunded? We don't like this. What about all of us who don't want to have anything to do with the NFT community? This is bullshit." And it was a huge backlash. Yeah, and that's the other thing. The people who are paying for the chapter are like, this is bullshit. Like, we don't want anything to do with it. So it's interesting to see the opposite backlash side of the community saying, we don't want NFTs. Fuck that.
It's tribalism all over again. It totally is. It's like, oh, the old video games are better, and then you got like the leaders standing up and saying, like in the statement they released, it's like full of scams, blah, 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 full of scams, like repeated scams twice.
Imagine those games that we all played back in the 90s. Imagine if we actually owned that character from back then. How
All the
freaking
time you
cool would
spent in that
be?
shit, you know?
And that's what's going on now. So whoever is complaining, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Sean, it's people
Yeah,
that are
man.
still working in their traditional video game industry. They don't
Yeah.
know how to fix the business models, right? They don't know what to do. It's like you hear about it all the time. And Steam,
Yeah.
like drawing the line in the stand, like it's gonna get interesting, I think.
Speaking of which, Sean, when you said think about all the 90s games we played, like, have you guys heard of, or is this going to happen, where just like you own baseball cards or football cards, are you going to be able to own the NFT of Tom Brady and be able to play him in NFL games? Something
why
like
not?
that?
I mean, it's gonna take all kinds of rights management and stuff where
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, that's where all this is going. I mean, that's what blockchains do for us. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, you know, well, what's an NFT? What's the difference with play to earn? You know, a lot of confusion out there. NFTs are these non-fungible tokens. It's a record of your digital property rights, so to speak. We're building out. It's a land grab in the metaverse going on at the moment, people, and you're super early if you're watching this. But this is quite interesting. Here are a number of NFTs that actually have in-game utility. So we'll just whip through a few of these quickly. I mean, Bored Ape is obviously one we all know about. We've been covering that extensively. We've got Voxy is another one that we mention all the time. Another one that we haven't spoken about before, Fluff World, Vox from Gala Games. And then we've got Aavegotchi. I've been doing a deeper dive into this one. A couple of things that I absolutely like about it. It is super organized, very easy to follow. A lot of things that I verbally try and explain to people are pretty damn easy. In fact, this is one of the better ones that I've come across of any game. Everything from liquidity pools to staking. Huge opportunities with this GameFi project. I'm super impressed with it. And coming up end of the month, early November, is their first ever land sale. Something I'm definitely taking part in. So I'd encourage you to go check that out. And just before I hand over, something that made me very, very happy to see. We were talking about 90s games before. I was a massive fan of Daley Thompson's Olympics. I don't know if you guys remember that one. But Animoca Brands, the company that seems to be involved in absolutely everything, is launching a play-to-earn Olympic Games. That makes me very excited. We'll get you more details on that very shortly. Over to you, boys.
what sports is New Zealand good at other than rugby?
We're the cricket world champions. We're the top-ranked nation in the world per head of population in the Olympics. Is that good enough?
Not bad.
I got another Kiwi story for you here.
Go on, man.
Play in Town Star. You know what? It's really cool because you can spend like 15, 20 minutes to earn your town coin for the day. Once you have the monthly set up, there's a bit of a ramp up time about 4 or 5 days where you're learning, right? But then after that, every day you can check in, do 15 minutes and earn your town coin. So that's really cool with those Voxes and the other NFTs that you get. But the sad part is, look over here, guys. Spider Tanks, it's gone. They took the beta down. But what's interesting is they moved Mirandus up. Oh, I think this is coming soon, guys. But in that vein, because Gala is built on the ETH network, right? So I was looking a bit further forward into Polkadot. The parachain auctions are coming live. And this is kind of neat. There's this project, it's called Bit.Country, and it allows you to build your own metaverse for your own community, which is kind of cool. User-created metaverses and games. And so they're setting up basically the layer one for the metaverse, building on ETH, interoperability, all this other stuff. So, this is not a tomorrow thing. This is definitely, taking what's good about ETH, expanding upon it the next level. So this is a project on DOT that's focusing on setting up similar to what Gala is doing on Ethereum with, building a foundation for a game layer. So I figured this one is going to be one to keep an eye on as everything comes up. So these guys, it was cool, Sean, because these guys are actually based in New Zealand. So you should go. You should go meet them. So
I will.
Country Metaverse. They talk about where they're at. But I just thought that was kind of neat. Maybe you can meet up with them. And then
I will. And actually, a couple of people here in New Zealand have reached out to me. I do apologise. I haven't got back to you yet. I'll endeavour to do that. It's great to know so many of you are watching down here.
There's also called Subgame. and this is another one that they've built on Kusama already, which is the pre-chain before going on DOT. So they've already worked on some stuff here, and they've got, video game modules. It's again building a foundation layer for the video games. You're not going to see games coming out on Polkadot, I don't think, anytime really fast, unless you're like really quick and easy, just like, kill some time games. So this is just, thinking about the next cycle. And then Darwinia, which is going to be working on cross chains and helping NFTs and a bunch of other stuff. So there's all kinds of stuff coming for DeFi, NFTs, Polkadot, interoperability, making the gaming systems play to earn more efficient. So this is just something that I've been researching a little bit because the parachain auctions are coming up in mid-November. But the thing is, they're quite long lockups, right? So, but the good thing is it's not, it's not like doing an IDO where there's these things are pre-screened. They've got community support. They're getting grants from Web3 and the Polkadot Foundation and all these other companies. So these are not like your random IDO pre-sale to get ready.
Good stuff. Okay. And also, Blockchain Cuties, a game that we brought to our community a number of months back. We are doing another prize contest giveaway.
Totally.
What do we call it, Jordan?
We're going to give away some cuties. So we're going to have a regular giveaway here. So we just got to figure out how many. But we're going to do a bit of a tweet storm to go with this video. So you'll see the tweet and the most replies, retweets, most engagement will get us a winner. And we want to engage with the blockchain community. Come into our Discord server, check out what's happening, share tips and tricks, crafting and breeding and gameplay and potential ways to earn some BCUGs or earn some NFTs and craft some stuff. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now, we've been busy little bees or beavers, I'm not sure which it is, but we got a whole heap of giveaways coming up in the coming weeks, people. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. Also to our 3 Twitter accounts to maximize your chances in these giveaways. Some exciting stuff. So make sure you join us on tomorrow's show. I'll be announcing some NFT giveaways.
So I just wanted to ask Jordan, did you? We spoke earlier about Revomon, and you said that's the CZ effect.
Yeah.
It's not even on Binance, is it? Is it just because he took a picture with CZ or what?
Yeah, well, they got a meeting with him, a private meeting, and he tried the game. They're also they have this, the Binance Innovation Grant or something like that, and it's supposed to be announced this week, and they're in the running for that. So, who knows? There's good looking signs anyway.
Not financial advice, but like, do you think this is a short-term Revomon boost, or this is you see continued growth in the price?
I see continued growth. I mean, man, it was at like $4 million market cap like 2 weeks ago, right? They've got 3 versions of the game out already. There are new levels, VR integration with crypto. Like, come on, this is like it's a pretty easy long-term play for me. I think it's it just makes so much sense,
Not to add to any negative side, but I remember the last episode you had mentioned that 15 minutes in, you were getting a bit seasick. I watched on Twitter recently, there's been a few people mentioning that 15 minutes in, they wanted to puke their guts out. So hopefully that's something they can tweak.
It's just because it's a new experience, I think like as a kid, I used to get motion sicknesses on like, roller coasters or reading while I'm driving and stuff, but I grew out of it and I don't get it anymore. It would take.
What did you say? Reading while you're driving?
Well, like on road trips with your parents. I was
dangerous, Jordan.
Well, I'm super talented.
Stop reading while you're driving, people.
Yeah, I mean, you see, there's so many compilation videos right now on YouTube of people wearing VR goggles, running into their wall, running into the TV set. So I think we really do need to get.
I don't know how you do that though, because in the new one they put up these huge warnings. Like you put it on, you draw a grid, like where you can go, and then like these big red bars go up if you go like take one step too far forward. So
I think, we as humans, we think we've got it all figured out, but it just goes to show just a simple piece of plastic on some of these people's heads, and they are completely convinced they are no longer where they are.
Yeah. Virtual reality, man. We're going deep. But we told you about it when it was half the price at 20 cents. So.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. We've told you about lots of things. They're worth much more than they were at the time. So if you want to learn more from us, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends about us, and that little bell notification that'll let you know when we're here again, which will be tomorrow. So thank you so much for your time today, guys, and thank you all for watching. Join us tomorrow for the NFT giveaways. Happy gaming, people.
Peace out.